Hello everyone, my name is Gyanendra. I am biology educator in India. In this video, we will discuss structure of human ear in detail. But before going there, if you are interested in Hindi version, please see the same video in Hindi on Vayam Hindu Biology. Yes, you can search on YouTube and you can see the same video on YouTube, the Hindi version. Okay, fine. Let's start this video. So in this video, we will discuss structure of human ear in detail. So, human ear, we all know that human ear is a sensory organ, and it has two kind of receptors. Like if we have eye, that eye have photoreceptor. That photoreceptors detect the light for the vision of any kind of image. But human ear, it have actually two type of receptor. One is hearing receptor, phonoreceptor, and another is for balancing body. So we have phonoreceptor that detects sound, and then we have we have actually statoreceptor for balancing body. That's why we are saying our ears statoacoustic organ. Stato means balancing body and echo means sound. So our ear have two function. One is balancing body and second is hearing sound. Fine. And our ear actually divide into three part. External ear external ear, this portion is, you see, this portion is external ear. Then middle ear, and this remaining part, is called internal ear. Yeah, this remaining part is called internal ear. So ear have actually three part: external ear, middle ear, and then internal ear. Now if we'll see this external ear portion, yes, 1 second please. So when you will see this external ear portion, this in this external ear actually, we have a ear pinna. This ear pinna is present only in the mammals, and then we have a canal-like structure that is called external auditory meatus or external auditory canal. And then here we have one membrane also. That membrane is called tympanic membrane. So these three parts are actually external ear. The ear pinna, this ear pinna, if you will see, this ear pinna is present only in the mammal. And in mammals, in fact, it is now it's a vestigial organ. The function of but we can say that ear pinna, which is S-shaped structure, they collect sound. Fine. They collect sound, and they are made by yellow fibrous cartilage. Yes, they are made by yellow fibrous cartilage. Yellow fibrous cartilage. Up to extent they have function that they collect sound and transfer it to external auditory canal. Yes. Have you observed that in cows and all, they can move their ear pinna nicely? Yes. So they use that ear pinna to protect the entry point of their ear. Yes, that is not present in human, but anyway, this is what possible function of our external ear. And this external ear, is connected to the remaining part of the body by some muscles. That muscles are called auditory muscle. That muscles are called auricular muscle. This auricular muscle is non-functional in human, right? And because this auricular muscle is non-functional in human, that's why we cannot move our, we cannot move our ear pinna actually. Yes, fine. So ear pinna is made by yellow fibrous cartilage, and it's a non-functional vestigial organ in human, and it's a S-shaped organ. If possible function, we'll see they collect sound. Fine. Then sound entered in a small canal which extending from ear pinna and end to the eardrum. Eardrum, you say, or you say tympanic membrane. Yes, you see here. One second, please. Yes. So this is eardrum, you see, and this is ear pinna, you see. So from ear pinna to eardrum, this is the canal that is called external auditory canal. This external auditory canal, it have in the wall of the external auditory canal different type of glands are present and small hairs are also present. This gland are like one type kind of very important gland is wax gland, they secrete wax. This wax gland are dermal glands. Yes, they are dermal gland. And these dermal glands are this wax glands are actually, they are a modified sweat gland, they are sudorific gland actually, and they secrete a great wax. That wax is called cerumen. Yes, we are calling it cerumen. What is function of this cerumen? This cerumen actually protect our ear. So if any kind of dust particle enter in ear through our ear, or a microorganism enter, small insects enter, so what they will do, they will trap that microorganism, they will trap the insect and they will kill them. This cerumen, this is wax, and we are calling it hexacosyl palmitate. Why we are calling it hexacosyl palmitate? Because it have palmitic acid. Because it has palmitic acid, fatty acids are present in this wax, and they are palmitic acid actually. Then next to this external auditory canal, next structure is eardrum or tympanic membrane. Tympanic membrane, you say, or you say called eardrum. This eardrum or tympanic membrane have two part. One part which is present, which orienting this outside, and another part which is oriented toward the middle ear. The part which is actually, this tympanic membrane is made by connective tissues. They are made by connective tissues. Their outer part, which is oriented toward the external auditory canal, is covered by skin. Yes, is covered by skin. And internal part, this inner part is covered by mucous membrane. Our tympanic membrane or eardrum outer part is covered by skin, and inner part is covered by tympanic membrane. Yes, they are covered by tympanic membrane. And when sound will strike this, when sound strike this tympanic membrane, they vibrate, and that vibration causes, that vibration causes amplification of sound, and the sound will move from the external ear to middle ear. Fine. This tympanic membrane is innervated by auriculotemporal nerve, which is a branch of mandibular portion of the trigeminal nerve. And there is one more nerve here, that is called auricular nerve, which is branch of the vagus cranial nerve. So two nerve, one is auriculotemporal nerve, which is branch of the trigeminal nerve, means cranial nerve fifth, and then next one is auricular nerve. This auricular nerve is the branch of the vagus nerve. They divide it, they actually supply this tympanic membrane. Then next part is middle ear. Middle ear, if you'll see, this middle ear is a narrow air-filled cavity located into the temporal bones of the skull. You see here, till here, external ear, and then this portion, this portion which is air-filled structure is actually middle ear. Are you clearly observing this middle ear is connected by pharynx also? You see, this middle ear is connected by pharynx also. Actually, this middle ear is connected by pharynx, one tubular structure. That tube is called Eustachian tube. Yes. This Eustachian tube connect with the pharynx and maintain the balance of air pressure between the both side of the eardrum. Yes, until unless they will not be connected from the both side, air pressure, it will be not be balanced, and person will not hear the things clearly. Okay. So the Eustachian tube maintain balance of the air pressure between two sides of the eardrum, thus is allow vibrate freely between the sound waves strike it. Fine. This Eustachian tube is made by yellow fibrous cartilage. Yeah, it's cartilaginous structure and it's made by yellow fibrous cartilage or elastic cartilage. Yes. In this middle ear, three bones are present. First bone is called malleus. Second bone is called incus. And third bone is called stapes. Malleus, malleus is hammer shape. Yes, this first bone you'll see, this first bone, this is the first bone, hierarchical first bone is hammer shape, and then next one is anvil shape, and this one is stirrup shape. So malleus is hammer shape, incus is anvil shape, and steppies is stirrup shape. Stirrup is what, like you are in India, you are going in buses and you are holding something. That is like a stirrup actually. Or you are going for horse riding, and you are the point, the place you are putting your foot, that is actually stirrup. Fine. And anvil, so cobbler they uses something for fixing your uh, shoes and all. That is actually anvil. So malleus, incus, stapes are the total three bones are present in middle ear. Okay, in these all bones, stapes is the smallest bone, and stapes, is the connected by one muscle. That muscle is called stapedius muscle, which is the smallest muscle of our body. Actually, here two small muscles are present. One is the tensor tympani, which is attached to the malleus, and another one is stapedius. Stapedius is attached to the stapes. So, when sound wave enter in ear pinna, then they enter in external auditory canal, then they vibrate the tympanic membrane. This tympanic membrane is actually, this is, if this is the tympanic membrane, this tympanic membrane is actually attached with malleus, and then incus, this is anvil shaped structure, incus, and then stapes. Fine. So if this tympanic membrane will vibrate, this three-ear ossicle, malleus, incus, stapes, they will vibrate, and they amplified the sound multiple times. More than 10 times they amplify the sound. And then that amplification, it come to oval window of internal ear. This is oval window of internal ear. So stapes, what they do, they tap the oval window gently, and when they tap the oval window gently, the sound wave enter into the internal ear. Now come to internal ear. Actually, student, the internal ear, you know this internal ear has two parts. This is the, this whole structure is internal ear actually. This is the internal ear. So this internal ear have actually two parts. One part is called cochlea, another part is called vestibule. Are you observing this snail kind of structure, snail shell kind of structure? This portion is called cochlea, and the remaining portion is called vestibule. In this cochlea and vestibule only our sensory organs are present. Clear, students? See here. Yeah. See here. This is our cochlea. This is our cochlea, and then this is vestibule. In cochlea, receptors for hearing present, phonoreceptors present, and in vestibule, if you'll see the vestibule, in the vestibule, receptor for balancing body present. Now this is the cochlea. When we see the inside the cochlea, this is what this structure what we observe that, student, try to understand it. We observe that two windows are present in the cochlea. One is oval window, and another window is round window. Yeah, round window, round window present. This cochlea, This actually, I mean, the internal ear, we are also calling the internal ear as a labyrinth. And this labyrinth have two part. One part that is bony part, we will call it bony labyrinth, and another part is membranous part, we will call it membranous labyrinth. So bony labyrinth and membranous labyrinth present, right? This bony labyrinth is filled with a fluid that is called perilymph, right? And membranous labyrinth have also one fluid that is called endolymph. Now question is that what is difference between perilymph and endolymph? We will see that, but before going there, this membranous labyrinth, it has two part. One was bony, but our internal ear had two part. One was bony labyrinth and another was membranous labyrinth. Bony labyrinth was made by temporal bones. Yeah, temporal bones are one represent in that region, isn't it? Okay, and next part is membranous labyrinth. This membranous labyrinth have actually three part. One is cochlea, cochlea you say, cochlear duct you say. Second is semicircular canal, and third is vestibule, right? This vestibule and semicircular canal together called vestibular apparatus. Yes. So we have cochlea and vestibular apparatus. Cochlea have receptor for hearing, and vestibular apparatus have receptor for balancing the body. What happened? Try to understand it. Very important. Actually, sound wave came, and this sound wave actually the sound wave came here, and it act on, it strike the cochlea, it strike the cochlear duct, and then we did decoded that sound wave, we hear that. How it's happened, that mechanism we will see in detail. How, see, so we had malleus, we had incus, we had stapes in the middle ear. Cavity present in the middle ear is called tympanic cavity. So when sound wave enter in our ear, our ear pinna moved, ear pinna is not moved, sorry, ear pinna that taken that sound, and then that sound wave actually it came to external auditory canal, and then they causes vibration here in the tympanic membrane, and then they vibrated malleus, incus, and then stapes. You see this stapes actually gently tap the internal ear, and this is the point, they tap the internal ear, they actually tap on this point. In oval window they tap. When they tap the oval window, just tapping this oval in window amplify the sound 2.5 times, and the sound wave enter inside. So this is the cochlea. This cochlea, is divided into three chambers. One is scala vestibuli, another is scala media, and there is scala tympani. The scala vestibuli and scala media, scala tympani, scala vestibuli and scala tympani are filled with a fluid that is called perilymph. Perilymph. And then they have scala media, which is filled by endolymph. What is difference between this perilymph and endolymph, student? Perilymph, is rich in sodium ion, and they have less potassium ion. But this endolymph is very, very, very rich in potassium ion, and they have less sodium ion. So concentration of potassium ion in endolymph is more, and in perilymph is less. So when sound wave, will enter into the scala vestibuli, this is first chamber. This scala vestibuli and scala media is divided by one membrane. That membrane is called Regener's membrane. You see, this membrane is a Regener's membrane. So what this sound wave will do? They will vibrate the Regener's membrane. When they vibrated the Regener's membrane, that vibration enter into the scala media endolymph also, right? And this scala media endolymph vibrated. When scala media endolymph vibrated, they causes vibration of one more membrane. This membrane was dividing scala tympani and scala media. And this membrane is called basilar membrane. Yeah, you see here. This membrane is called basilar membrane. At the base of basilar membrane only our auditory nerve cochlear branch supplies. So this is cochlear branch of auditory nerve. They supply here. Fine. sound wave enter, they causes vibration in the perilymph. Then they vibrated regionous membrane. Regionous membrane vibrated endolymph, and then they vibrated basilar membrane. On basilar membrane, one sensory organ present. That sensory organ is called organ of Corti. Okay. On basilar membrane in the they present in scala media, right? In this basilar, in this structure only, in this organ of Corti only, sensory hair cells are present. This sensory hair cells actually they band toward this membrane. This membrane is called tectorial membrane, right? So this tectorial membrane is made by mucopolysaccharide and proteins. So the sensory hair cells, they will band toward tectorial membrane, and then nerve impulse will generate, and this nerve impulse will go to the brain, and the brain will finally decode the sound. So this is what structure of cochlea. Now if we'll see that organ of Corti in detail, in organ of Corti three type of cells are present. In organ of Corti, this is the organ of Corti which is present on the basilar membrane. It have three type of cell. First type of cell is sensory hair cells. Second type of cell is supporting cell. And third type of cell is basal cell. Okay. Sensory hair cells. If I'll see the sensory hair cell, this is the sensory hair cells. Like that it will be. This sensory hair cells, are you observing some finger-like projection? This finger-like projection is actually stereocilia. Stereocilia. And this last structure you see is actually kinocilia. Kinocilia. This stereocilia and kinocilia help in generation of action potential when they vibrate. Actually, when they vibrate, this stereocilia either they will move toward the kinocilia or they will move away from the kinocilia, and that will generate impulses and information. From here it will go to the brain. Ear is most sensitive to frequency of 100 to 1000 to 3000 cycle per second. Okay. Now what is mechanism of hearing here, that is interesting to know, but we will see not in this video, we will see in another video. Here just I am discussing structure of our ear. Fine. Now come to next part. Next part is vestibule. This portion you see, this portion is vestibule actually. uh, this portion is vestibular apparatus. This vestibular apparatus include, are you observing this canal like structure? This canal like structures are called semicircular canal, and then at the base of this all semicircular canal you see some ampulla like structure present. These structures are called utricle and saccule. So utricle and saccule plus semicircular canal is called vestibular apparatus. Utricle and saccule together individually called vestibule, and then they have semicircular canal in this vestibular apparatus. They are super important for balancing body. The now come to vestibule. The vestibule is the central sac-like structure having utricle, upper utricle, and then smaller lower saccule. They are just sac-like structure. You see, student here, they are sac-like structure. They all are made by membrane, and they are sac-like structure, utricle and saccule. This utricle and saccule, is for balancing our body. Yeah, they are for balancing our body. This utricle and saccule have, sensory organ. Inside this utricle and saccule, sensory organs are present, and that sensory organs are called macula. Utricle have also macula, and saccule have also macula, right? This utricle and saccule actually, they did, they are filled with a fluid. That fluid is called endolymph. Yeah, they are also filled with the endolymph actually. And here also endolymph is potassium ion rich. Potassium ion concentration is high, sodium ion concentration is low. Utricle is for vertical acceleration, and sorry, utricle is for horizontal acceleration, when you are moving into the horizontally in a plane, like you are moving in your car. Yes, this is your car, suppose you are moving in your car. Okay, so you are going through horizontal acceleration, that will be detected by utricle. And then they have saccule. Saccule is for vertical acceleration, like you are going in lift, you are going in accelerator somewhere from the ground floor, you are going to 10th floor. Yes, so then you are moving upward, it will be detected by saccule. So utricle and saccule, they detect our they actually, they our help in balancing in our body by detecting these all things. Fine, linear acceleration, or I mean the vertical acceleration or horizontal acceleration. So utricle and saccule is for balancing body when our body, I mean the when our body is moving. Means we are sitting, but our position is moving. Fine. So for maintaining dynamic equilibrium, we have our utricle and saccule, and then we have semicircular canal. This semicircular canal is for static balance of our body. Yes, static of balance of our body, like means you are sitting here somewhere and you are tilting your neck down, you are tilting your neck upward. So in that situation, they will detect and they will inform your brain that the sky is tilting brain in our head in different direction. Actually, in semicircular canal, you see the semicircular canal, we have total three semicircular canal in each year. And this three semicircular canal, we have one anterior semicircular canal, posterior semicircular canal, and a horizontal semicircular canal. This anterior semicircular canal, posterior semicircular canal, and horizontal semicircular canal, actually they they have also one sensory organ, and that sensory organ is called crista ampullaris. At the base here, you see, at the base of semicircular canal is engorged. This engorged structure, this erected structure, is called crista ampullaris. It have sensory organ that called crista ampullaris. That crista ampullaris only detect the sound. Sorry, not detect the sound. This crista ampullaris actually, when you will in the sitting position, when you are tilting your head like upward, or you are tilting your head left side, in that condition they will detect and then they will send signal to the brain. Fine. So this is what our vestibular apparatus structure. Now in this vestibular apparatus structure, what is present inside and how it help in our balancing body, that we will see in next video. uh, for this video, till here only. If you are, if you are like comfortable in Hindi, then same video will be present in Hindi also, and you can, I mean, go to my Hindi channel and you can subscribe there and you can see the same video in Hindi. Bye.